Good morning, everyone. It's Mary Jo Snyder. Welcome to MJ Shady Inkers. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm so excited to share some creative projects with you using the Fine Art Floral Product Suite in the January to June mini catalog. I'm going to wait for a few of you to hop on. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have a great day planned ahead for yourself. And if not, if all you're doing is grabbing a book and a nice warm blanket and a cup of coffee and just hanging out and chilling with your loved ones, then that's awesome. There's nothing better than taking a day for yourself. So I hope you're going to enjoy your Valentine's Day with your loved ones, or just chilling by yourself, or whatever the case is in your plan today. So welcome. I'm just going to hop on here and get to the right place on my Facebook so that I can share this to my page. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. I'm so excited to finally share the Gilded Leafing from this suite. It's going to be amazing to share some ideas. I have to confess that I did take some time yesterday for myself, and I did not get a lot of the prep work done. I have the projects all done, but we may have to do some cutting and all that good stuff. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Beverly. So let me get to my group, and then I can share this to my page. It's always a task on Sunday mornings for me to find where I'm at. Now this says reload. That is last week's video. So let me find this week's video that I'm doing right now. It's crazy that it's not that easy for me to find this stuff, and I need to work out the glitches. There I am. We're going to share this to my page and go ahead and post that. And then I'm going to, I have the volume turned down so I don't have to hear myself talking in stereo. Turn that so I can see comments. And we're good to go. So awesome. So thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing your Sunday morning on Valentine's Day with me. I'm super excited. Might take a little bit. I have 3 projects to share. Those 3 projects will be the projects that you can earn free, the make and takes, minus stamped images, and minus the Gilded Leafing. So if you don't have that, it's really hard for me to actually put that in a baggie and ship it to you. So minus the Gilded Leafing, you will not, I will not have that for you in the supplies, but it is available in my online store, or if you already own it. What I'm trying to say to you is, if you make a purchase in my online store this week from February 14th, which is today, until February 19th, you can earn the make and takes from today. The 3 projects that I'm actually going to make, because I have others to share with you. You can earn those as kits free with your purchase. Again, no stamped images, and the Gilded Leafing will not be included. So I apologize. It's just kind of hard, and you'll understand that when I show you it in the bin that I have. So I'm so excited. So the winner of last week's Prize Patrol is, it's that paper pumpkin kit, the world's greatest, and it's kind of masculine looking, and I did some fun alternates with that, even like the Olympic rings. It's really cool, and you can find those out on my blog. I do believe I posted those on my blog as well. But anyway, the winner of this paper pumpkin kit is Robin Boyer. So thank you so much for sharing the video and being here and commenting and joining in on my Sunday lives. I also want to thank you for all that you do as a frontline worker, caring for people during this time. So congratulations to you. You will just need to message me, private message me your mailing address so that I can get this shipped out to you this week. So thank you so much again for sharing and being here and watching. Okay, so Prize Patrol for this week is out of the way. Hold on, let me go pick something out for this week. What do we got in a little bag of tricks? Got some ribbon. Let's see. How about we have the magnets. I think I gave away a set of these floral magnets in the past. These are strictly for demonstrators to purchase. They're like logo items. We have supply items that we can purchase as demonstrators. So I have a set of those. And I have 2 spools of ribbon from the, and I'm sorry, there's a major glare coming in my window, but I don't want to close it. My curtains. 2 of the ribbons from the Playful Pattern ribbon pack. It's the one that has the purple posy trim on the side, and the one that is a 1/4 inch or an 1/8 of an inch Night of Navy. So those and these magnets will be next week's prize patrol. So you can look forward to, you know, commenting, sharing the video, and you'll go into the drawing for next week's prize patrol. So, all right, that's all the announcements really that I'm going to have today. I have one thing to share with you, actually 2 things, down on my table here. Hi, Judy. Hi, Shirley. Welcome. So I'm going to share those with you. I'll give you a walkthrough what the suite includes. If you want to purchase the entire suite, it's one lump sum in one product order number, item number, or you can break it up. I'm not sure if any of these items currently are on back order, but if they are, they will ship when they are available if you place that order. So again, it's also another awesome product suite to add in your starter kit if that's something you're interested in. The entire suite is $102.25, and you're going to see the amazingness that you get with the entire suite. And if that's something you're interested in for your starter kit, you literally put $125 worth of product in your shopping cart when you're joining, and you pay $99 plus tax. No shipping. You get a free paper pumpkin kit in your starter kit. You get business supplies. You also get those 5 packs of amazing 6x6 paper that are going to be featured in the new annual catalog coming in, is it May? It is May this year, I believe. So just so you know, awesome deal. And you get all the perks of being a demonstrator, and you get all the perks of being on my team, which is so much fun because I have some stuff to share with you while I'm crafting today too. So awesome. All right, let's get started. Let's point you down. I'm going to cover my lens. Good morning, Brandy. And hopefully I don't have you pointing to the ceiling and you're in a good spot. Wow, that was pretty good. Let the color adjust a little bit. Sorry for that. Hi, Maddie. Happy Valentine's Day. It's good to see you pop on here. So today I get to do some crafting with you, and then I'm gonna head out and get groceries. I was going to do that yesterday when I was out and about with Aaliyah, and we ran out of time, and it's okay. I'll go do that today. So this is the host code for today. When I am through with this broadcast and I share the video as a replay, I will put this host code in the description of this video along with the link to my online store. Again, this just explains placing a $35 order or more in my online store using this host code. You'll receive the 3 make and takes that I'm sharing with you today. You have until the 29th, which is this coming Friday, to place those orders using that host code. Again, remember, if you bump that up to $50, you also will get celebration products. You could get a free product with a $50 purchase. If you spend $150 or more, please do not use a host code. I would want for you to benefit to get your own host rewards. So keep that in mind. If you have a larger order of $150 or more, please don't use a host code. I will send you the make and takes automatically. So they also, the $35 order or more will earn you the February Demo Design Dream Team tutorial bundle. And this month we have 15 featured projects. And that's cool, right? You can't get enough of free PDF tutorials. So that is awesome for you guys if you want to place that order and qualify for that as well. So I don't know if you all saw in previous posts the new Paper Pumpkin kit for the month of March. March is always a celebration for Paper Pumpkin because it is their anniversary month. I can't tell you what year they're on, but they always include a special freebie in the Paper Pumpkin kit every March. At least they have up till now, and hopefully I'm sure they will continue to do so. In this month's kit, the March kit, you will get 4 stencils as well as a sponge so that you can create fun projects with clouds and sunshine and mountains and stars. A lot of fun that we're going to have with this Paper Pumpkin kit. So this kit actually will give you everything you need to make 8 cards with coordinating envelopes, the free stencils and the sponge, and of course the normal stuff that you get in your Paper Pumpkin kit. If you are a first-time subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, hi Sharon, hi Brandy, then you will know, well, you don't know, you actually get a Paper Pumpkin block. And I'm going to see if I can grab one. I know I had one out here. It's probably buried. That's okay. I need my blocks. This is a Paper Pumpkin. I'm sorry, there are spots. It needs to be cleaned. A Paper Pumpkin block is a little bit thinner, but it comes in your very first kit. So this block will fit every stamp in every single Paper Pumpkin kit that you get from there on after. Highly recommend subscribing to Paper Pumpkin because I do have a special thing going on. when I do Paper Pumpkin, everybody on my team plus my Paper Pumpkin subscribers get kit in the mail, extra product. I guess I want to say like make and takes in the mail. I usually feature a private video or another video showing alternate projects. So every month, everybody gets, my subscribers and team get the added stuff, the kits to make the 2 alternate projects. I have since decided to subscribe to Zoom. So this month, February, if you have purchased the February kit through my online store and are a part of my team, a member of my team, then you also will be a part of my Zoom online class. I'm so excited. I'm going to start featuring this every month. It will be the last Friday of every month unless that Friday falls on a holiday or an extracurricular activity that my kids may have. Not so much Nigel, but Aaliyah is still in school. So excluding those activities, if it falls on something like that, I will reschedule. But every month we're going to have an online class where we can come together and put our kits together, and I will have your kits mailed to you for the alternates in advance so that you can craft along with me doing alternate projects. So I'm super, super excited. So our first one is actually on the 26th, and I can't wait. I just cannot wait. So if you're interested in subscribing and taking part of that free online class and the free alternate project kits that I send to you every month, then please check out my online store and subscribe to Paper Pumpkin through me. Another good idea is if you get a prepaid subscription, either 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, then you also can get free celebration products at this time as well. So don't forget that. It's an added perk during celebration. This is the Fine Art Floral Suite. I really struggle trying to say that. This is the suite, and these are some projects the artisans created. I cannot wait to share. I did see that they actually did a technique that I'm going to show you, and I'm so excited. It took me a minute to wrap my head around it, but so you have the stamp set, gorgeous, 2-step stamping, kind of the distinctive stamp, so it kind of gives a little bit of shading. Beautiful sentiments, but you're wondering, sorry, you know, all these happy birthday. Well, you can pair it with this die, and let me show you the die. It says, and you can't see it here, just wanted to say, I miss you, happy birthday, congratulations. So you can pair this up, this die cut image, with the sentiments and create something like this. Just wanted to say, and on the inside maybe you stamped sorry, like right here, just to say sorry, just thinking of you, like all these different ways that you can use that larger sentiment piece that is just a die cut image. So, oops, sorry, I hit my camera. So these are the dies, coordinating dies, and you have, obviously they cut out the floral images, the leaves, the floral images, and these 2 banners, which are really cute. They almost look like the side of a postage stamp, but obviously they're not the size of a postage stamp, but they're really, really nice, and we're going to use those today. So I'll set those aside, get my cleaner out of the way. All right, you also, this amazing painted texture 3D embossing folder, and I can't even tell you how gorgeous this is without showing you on a piece of paper. Let me just grab a piece that I've already done some gold leafing on, or gilded leafing on. But can you see like how textured that is? It looks like plaster on your ceiling. And then I just added some of that gilded leafing on there. I'm going to show you how to do this on a piece of basic white paper. But it's really gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous there. All right, and of course, part of that suite is also the heat and stick powder. There are secrets to this to make sure that your gilded leafing adheres to your project, so we're going to share that with you. And of course, this beautiful fine art ribbon that has specks of gold flakes inside. And I want to say the ribbon itself, let's see, ribbon, it doesn't say, it just says gold, but it almost looks like a crumb cake or a Sahara sand base in a sense. It's really, really beautiful. So you have that. What else do we have? There's so much fun in this product suite. We have these, and I know I've shared all this in a previous video when I did my unboxing. Sorry for the noise. Hi, Sandy. Good morning. Hi, Melissa. You have these 3 sheets of, let me get that out of the way and this out of the way so you can really get a feel for it. Move my catalog. Okay. These floral images, very pretty. It's acetate. Now, I do want to tell you that there is a film on the back side of this. So, and I may not be able to get it off at the moment. I did not use this during these projects. I'm going to do a set of 6 cards using one of the designs. Anyway, I'm not able to get that off at the moment, but there is a film that you can peel off the back of these, or it's maybe the front of them, I'm not sure. But there is a film on there. It doesn't matter if it comes off or doesn't come off, it's strictly your preference, but it is there to be removed. It's just to protect the sheets. And then you have this design, very pretty. And then there's one other design that I really wanted to share with you. Let's get this set aside. Inside your designer series paper, there is this beautiful piece of paper, beautiful hand-painted floral, kind of that plastered background with hints of pool party and stuff like that. And then you have this sheet of the floral images with the gold metallic effect on it. I want to say, let me tell you what this is called. It is Golden Garden Designer Specialty Acetate is what they call that. So this piece actually fits on the floral images on that sheet. So it creates a added accent to that piece of designer series paper. So I'm going to make a set of 6 cards with this piece and the gold top, and I'm going to share that in an alternate video or an additional extra video, which I'm trying to do. I started that last week, a bonus video that will air on YouTube, and I will share the link with all of you, and that will be available on Monday. So I'm going to work hard to get those cards done and some fun extras to share with you in that broadcast, and that will be pre-recorded. So I don't have enough subscribers yet to my YouTube channel to do the live on YouTube, but I have to tell you, I'm super excited because my viewing base is growing, and I'm so excited if all of you are out there on YouTube and supporting my YouTube channel as well. I totally appreciate that. So hi Cheryl. Yes, this paper and that overlay is absolutely gorgeous. Hi Sharon, welcome. Hi Roslyn. So designer series paper, beautiful, hand painted. And I'm just going to kind of go through the designs. And of course the back has some designs, but more of a calmer, not so bright, I mean bright colors, but not as busy as the other side. So you can totally use like this with this piece, or you know, however you want to work it. So beautiful paper. Love, love, love all the colors. We'll go through the colors. And there's that. So pretty. I have a couple techniques to share with you besides the gilded, oops, that one's got a slice out of it. That's that other piece that, so you get 2 of each design in the pack. So very pretty. And of course those beautiful tones. There's pumpkin pie and flirty flamingo, and of course basic white in there. Very pretty. And I think terracotta tile is in there as well. Just really gorgeous floral stuff, and then subtle stuff on the back side for the most part. This I love. And I'm going to point out some colors that I saw that actually coordinate that are not listed in the paper pack. So you can probably put a guess on a few of them by looking at this. Just love like the whole realistic, like it looks like, what am I trying to say? Plaster, and the hand painting and stuff like that. I love that they do this. So a lot of times when they're designing their designer series paper, people really do this painting, they photograph it, and then they print it on paper for us to use. So that is why it looks like so realistic when they are designing their designer series paper. It's awesome. So we are going to pull in the adhesive sheets. So I have that today. We also are using the Stitch So Sweetly dies. I wanted to share some coordinating product with you. If you like to embellish, the holiday rhinestones, playing with patterns work great. The gold glitter enamel dots, which I'm going to keep out because I'm using those. And of course those butterfly gems. None of these colors except terracotta tile are featured in that paper, but I found so many other colors that coordinate with that designer series paper. And let's share a few projects with you, and then we'll get to crafting. So I know that I'm going to have to do some cutting of stuff because I did not do all of that. We'll keep the ones we're doing set aside. These are some of the projects that I created just to share with you. A little birthday. And I actually cased the layout from some designs I found on Pinterest, but it's just with current product. So, and some of my own added stuff to it. So the leaves are done in Just Jade, and Just Jade is not a color that is announced in this set as well, but look how well it pairs with that paper. So the coordinating colors are Bumblebee, Flirty Flamingo, Mary Merlot, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, So Saffron, Terracotta Tile, and on here it says Whisper White, but we don't have Whisper White, we now have Basic White. But not only that, I found that Just Jade works great. Bumblebee, obviously I used for that. I did, I stamped off once. So I did second generation on the larger floral stamp, and then I stamped first generation on the added texture on there. So Just Jade is definitely a coordinating color. And not just that, so is Pretty Peacock. The leaves here are Pretty Peacock, and I did this, I believe, in Terracotta Tile, and I used those butterflies to accent because it totally matches, So that's what I decided to do. And of course, that Terracotta Tile ribbon is from the, I'm not going to remember, the Ornate Garden product suite. So it's that dual pack of ribbon with the Old Olive. So it's perfect for this suite because you have two colors that coordinate. So there's those two projects. And here's another one that I put together featuring that designer series paper. So the reverse of one and of course the pretty floral images. And I just stamped that in Mary Merlot and rounded the corners and did the sentiment and just cut that off there and added some of that pretty ribbon there. So really, really simple layouts, easy to replicate. So we have those, and now this card is going to be a little, I'm not sure if I'm going to get this entire card put together. So we're going to wait for that one because there is some techniques that I'm just going to wait to do those at the end. So let's go ahead and bring out this card first. Now, like I said, I am not prepared and I do not have my card bases. I don't have anything with me that is all pre-cut because I took most of the day off yesterday. So let me grab some stuff that I need. I am going to need, obviously, my cardstock. So we're going to bring that in. I'm going to grab, I know I need Mossy Meadow. And I know I have a Mary Merlot card base somewhere already pre-cut, so let's just grab that because I have a stack of pre-cut card bases. I don't know if any of you do that, but these are my neutrals that are all pre-cut so that I have them ready to go if I need to do a quick card. So just grab one of those real quick and we should be good to go. Okay, so my Mary Merlot, no, my Mossy Meadow little scrap bin is very low, but I might be able to find a piece in there so I don't have to cut into a big sheet. So let's get started. Set that aside for now. Hopefully you don't hear anything crashing over here. So, all right, so I know that my card base is, isn't that pretty? That's another color, Rococo Rose. That is not part of this suite either, but we're gonna use it. So, yeah, Beverly, I also purchased this on, was it the product pre-order from Onstage? Was it Onstage or one of those events? And this is the first time I've tapped into it. Oh, I forgot to share with you guys the Gilded Leafing. Sorry, it's on the floor. This is what happens when you open your little container that holds all of that leafing. And it's so buttery soft, but it gets everywhere. There are some warnings on the label about, you know, stuff. So make sure you're aware of that. But it just explodes. So I had to put it in a bin. So that will be to my side and I'll grab it as we need it. But let's go and get crafting. So my card base again is 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5.5. So we have that, and I grabbed the wrong card base. So let me grab the right one. And I may actually, because I may not have a long one, I might have to actually, oh, there's one. Yes. It's nice to have these things pre-cut because then you don't have to worry about, you know, going crazy trying to find something or doing all that stuff. I am just going to score this real quick at 5.5 so it's all ready to go. You also can just fold the piece of paper in half and use your bone folder to crease that edge. So, all right. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Okay, so we know that this card base is going to have 2 layers. So this layer, let me just make sure that I have enough there, is going to be cut down to 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, because that's my second layer on my card front. So let's go ahead and do that. So 4 1/8. And you guys don't usually get to see all this cutting because it's already done. And it looks like I'm already at 5 3/8. So we're good there. And I'm just going to add that to the front of my card. And I am going to, because I might need to reposition, use my Tombow. And if I get too messy with it, then I will pull in my Stampin' Seal. But you can use whatever glue works for you. I'm trying to become friends with this because sometimes I end up putting things on crooked and I don't have that opportunity of forgiveness. So Tombow allows me to kind of move my paper around to make sure it's lined up right. And there you go. Hopefully that's straight. Okay. Now the Designer Series paper, I need to pull back in because I need that color. Those ones are full sheets, so we're not going to use those. If you hear a crash, I apologize. I'm trying to be organized over here. All right, so the next piece of paper that I need is that beautiful kind of petalish pink, little touches of Flirty Flamingo maybe. That's the one I'm going to use. That's the next layer. So I'm going to cut that down to size, and I need that to be 4 by 5 1/4. So the Mossy Meadow is only going to show just a smidge underneath there, like as a border, okay? So again, come in with your Tombow or whatever glue you would like to use, or adhesive. I know I don't need to keep reiterating that. See, that's where I start to have oopses. And you can adhere that to your card front. And you're thinking, wait, you have some ribbon on there. It's not ribbon. I'm going to show you a little trick. We're going to do some of that leafing. Hi, Jenny. Yeah, Cheryl, these cards, it's the products. The products are so amazing. It just really gives them an elegant, Victorian, fresh, beautiful, I don't know, very elegant vibe. But really, I don't add a whole lot to that to really, you know, I really didn't go crazy with it. It just is, the product speaks for itself. So this I need. I'm going to actually use my rectangle stitched die. No, my, where are they? So, Stitch So Sweetly. Sorry about that. It is a rectangle, but it has a scalloped edge, and it's going to be the very largest rectangle. And I'm going to use that floral image right there. So I'm going to trim this a little bit so I can put that through my mini Stamp Cut and Emboss machine. So let me just trim this down. Theoretically, you would need a piece of paper that is about 4 1/2 by 3 1/2 to go through your machine with that die. So, and if you don't have the mini Stamp Cut and Emboss machine, that machine is $60 available in my online store, and you can even add that to the starter kit if it was something you wanted. So, all right, I'm going to hope, let me just see here. Yeah, that'll fit through there. I want this piece, so let's cut off about here. Okay, and then we'll run this through. I also need, let me just go ahead and grab the second to the smallest, and we're gonna cut that out of white. So let me grab a piece of scrap. And so there's some scrap. And we can do this, probably not at the same time on this littler machine, but we can at least have it ready to go. All right, so some stuff out of the way. All right, hopefully you're seeing me okay. We need plate number 1, plate number 2. I have leafing everywhere. And hi, Barb. Welcome. Never too late. This is actually the first project, so you only missed my announcement, so you're good. You missed announcements and me grabbing some stuff that I didn't have on hand. Okay, I am one that likes to come in at an angle. I'm going to trim this down just a little bit more. When you have something that has a straight edge or a square rectangle kind of thing, make sure that when you put it on your stamp, cut, and emboss machine, that you're coming in at an angle. It alleviates the pressure on your die. It also alleviates the pressure on the rollers of your machine. Doesn't have to be a huge angle, but you definitely want to go in at an angle so that you're not damaging anything. This I have learned, if this overhangs at the top a little bit, it should go in without any issues. And I say that every time and it calls me a liar. All right, so we're gonna cut that. So we have our scalloped stitched rectangle, which did not go through all the way. So let's do this again. I'm gonna fit this back on. It didn't cut all the way because I probably should be using my bigger machine. No worries. Line that back up, turn it at an angle the opposite way so that you can line that back up. You'll feel it fit right in there. And as I said, you need to start that first. Come in again. Sorry about that, you guys. And hopefully I lined that up good. Perfect. So that is what we need for that card. So that's for that. We're going to come in again with our piece of white cardstock, and you want to angle that, set that aside, and again overhang that top plate, and it works so much easier. Took me a minute to figure that out. All right, and now we have the one that we're going to stamp a floral image as well as our sentiment. So we can put our machine aside for now. I'm going to keep that open because I'm going to need it again. And hopefully I don't create a catastrophe in front of me. And sorry for reaching in front of the camera. Keep the plates with it. All right, so now, oh, we have more to cut. I'm sorry. We need a piece of Mossy Meadow, and we need this longer die from the, let me put these away for now. They're not completely away, but I don't want to lose them, which I've already misplaced the one die. We'll find it. Okay, so this is, with this die, I want to cut 2 of these. I forgot about that. So we're going to run that through our stamp, cut, and emboss machine. And everybody's getting the gist on how to do this. Use your stamp, cut, and emboss machine during this video because I'm not prepared with pre-cut stuff, which is fine. Everybody doesn't know. I mean, if you're a first timer watching me, then this totally is going to be exciting for you because you are not aware how to use all this stuff. There's that other die. Now I can tuck that away over there. It was buried under my adhesive. Okay, so we need 2 of those. And then we're going to show you a fun trick using tear and tape. Let's cut those out. So you guys have fun stuff planned? Let me know. What are you guys doing today? Anything special for Valentine's Day? Oh, there we go. All right, so we have those 2 pieces. Put my scraps on that side. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to, 1, connect these together, and I want to make sure they're going to fit on the front of, I think what I did, I want to make sure that they're going to be even, because we are going to, let's do this. Let's grab your seal and adhere those 2 pieces together, but I want them to kind of hang off to the, like that. So it's going to go like a strip, almost like it looks like ribbon. Okay, so you have those adhered. By using your card base and everything on there, you could work that out. You want to take a piece of tear and tape, and you want to make sure that it is lined up. And I made a mistake with this. I'm going to grab my, again, sorry for reaching, my silicone mat, which has gold leafing all over it. We're going to use that later too. I'm going to overhang this, and I'm going to trim it, because I found when I did this the first time, make sure you're lining it up where you need it. I'm a little off there. which is okay. I'm going to trim it because on my original card, I didn't go far enough over, and when I tore it, you weren't able to see, you know, I didn't have a full coverage. So at least here, I'll be able to trim that some, and it will be a little difficult to do, not difficult, because you're going to trim it around that die cut piece because you want full coverage. I should be using my adhesive scissors, but that's okay. These were in reach. Okay, so you have that. It's a little crooked, no biggie. I just want to share this technique. Those that wanted to find out how to use this gold leafing, we're going to come in and peel off. Now that I don't have acrylics, I can do this with my fingers. You can peel off that top layer of your adhesive backing, okay? And we are going to toss this right in our gilded leafing. And I want to call it gold leafing because it's gold. Tuck it in there, and you're like, oh my gosh, what did you just do? Oh, wait. Just wait. We are creating our own piece of ribbon with paper and gilded leafing. Nice thing to have handy is either a Stampin' Up! Sponge or a paintbrush so you can get those flakes off. And I do want to let you know that your fingerprints stay on this gold leafing. So if you're holding it, you're going to notice your fingerprint on it. So just when you get it adhered to your card front, you'll want to do some other stuff to it just to brush those fingerprints off there. Most of this is going to be covered, so it's not a big deal. But see how easy that was? And if there's spots that aren't working, just go back in there and get some more coverage on there. But how awesome was that we just created our own faux ribbon in a sense. So just get those added specks off there that aren't lined up with adhesive, and you can come in with your nail or, you know, take your pick tool to kind of get those stray edges off. It's just so awesome. Thanks for the hearts. Hi, Terry. Aw, happy anniversary, Roslyn. That's awesome. I hope you have a great time today. Hi, Lisa. All right, so there is that. Definitely put your lid back on or you're going to have a major catastrophe. And now we can finish building this card. We do have some stamping to do. But you can go ahead and you can add your adhesive to the back of this. And I'm going to use my seal. Maybe. I have, my hands are like a mess right now. I want that to kind of go midway in the card. You can see I'm a little off with my measuring right there, or with my adhesive, but it's no big deal. Come in there and kind of go over it again and brush away those fingerprints and any extra that might be hanging. And there you go. Really pretty. Leaves a nice little accent to the front of your card without going crazy. All right, so let's do some stamping. And actually, we can adhere this. This gets adhered off to the right, or I'm sorry, off to the left with Stampin' Dimensionals. And you will find that you will have gilded leafing from here to eternity. It kind of follows you around the house just as these adhesive backings do. These things are everywhere in my house, and it doesn't matter if I'm neat in my craft room. It's like they walk out of here and want to explore my home. I'm sure you all have the same trouble. So I'm just going to put some of these on here, and I know I'm going crazy with them. For some reason, my fingers don't want to work today. Maybe if I lift that up instead of, there we go, trying to peel them off on the table. Okay, so peel those backings off. And that's going to go over towards the left. You do want to see that peeking out and kind of leave a little more space down here than up there. You guys can't see my original. Let me pull that in. So there's the original. All right, get those aside. And I'm going to use Rococo Rose because I see Rococo Rose in this, even though it's not a coordinating color. And I'm going to use my Mary Merlot. I'm so glad that they put this color into this product suite, or into a product suite, because I haven't used it in a minute. I usually use colors that coordinate with the designer series paper. That's how I design my projects. So the stamps that I want, I'll share with you what I'm grabbing, and I keep continuing to reach in front of you, and my apologies for that. it's called disorganization this morning. Okay, the stamps that I'm using this stamp and this one here, okay? We're not doing the gold leafing to the stamped image, but I am gonna share that with you in another project so you know how to do that as well. Okay, so the lighter color, I want to be this more solid image. So, and I'm kind of going to show you two different ways to do this stamping. Definitely you can use your Stamparatus. It's a great tool when you have two-step stamping so that you have placement. And then if you have issues lining up the stamp, you can always come back in. Again, these are photopolymer stamps. I highly recommend you having your piercing mat available, which at the moment is not readily available to me. So I'm just going to come in and stamp this image to the corner of that sentiment piece, okay, like so. And that is Rococo Rose. And I need another block for the sentiment, which is I Miss You. Fits perfectly up there in that little corner. You could also use Good Luck or any of those sentiments. I'm ruining my stuff in there. Okay. So I want to come in first with my Mary Merlot and stamp the second stamped image of the flowers. My mat here is a little off my table because of my stand. All right, and then that you can easily place, and I don't even know if this stamp here is meant for this flower, but it works perfectly to give it a little dimension. So you have that. Doesn't have to line up perfectly. The concept is giving you that painted look. Oh, I still need Mary Merlot for my sentiment. You're just trying to give it that painted look. And I'm gonna lay this on the table so it's not crooked on my stamp. And then we're gonna stamp I Miss You right up here in that corner with Mary Merlot. And there you go, there's your sentiment piece. So beautiful. When you have those two-step stamps that kind of line each other, they're used for that purpose. It's so beautiful to use them, and it just adds so much extra to your card. All right, so since this kind of hangs off the end here, I'm going to come in because I want some dimensionals only in that section, okay? So let's grab our dimensionals, and I'm going to put two here closely together, and I don't want that to, actually I got it on my paper there. There we go. Oh, Beverly, you got to try it. It adds so much amazingness to your project. And then I want to come in, let me grab my adhesive scissors. I'm just going to cut a piece of this, maybe about 3 of those little notches there, and put that kind of flush to that section and peel that off. Then I'm just going to put a little bit of my seal that has Gilded Leafing on it and just place that right there. It just helps because this has dimensionals and this needs to be the same height as that piece or it's going to be awkward because it overlaps it. So it just gives you that added dimension that you need to be equal in those two pieces. So then we're going to come in and I'm just going to grab some of these out of my kit or my little pack. These gold glitter enamel dots. These are in the annual catalog. They were a carryover item, I believe, from an exclusive product suite that was available last year, but they carried these over, which was great. So take your pick tool. Went running. I had it out. There it is. The putty end. So this is the putty end of your take your pick tool. And you can just twist this to get some more putty out there. And this will lift these right off your sheet by pushing them outward. I'm going to add a few of these in different sizes to my project or to my card front. So just randomly add them wherever you'd like. And I think I want to go this one here. And be careful with these because there is a, these are like, enamel dots, that's what they are. And the enamel part of it can separate from the paper. So be very gentle when you're using these and pulling them off your paper because you can pull the enamel right off the paper. But there's our first project, pretty simple. I need to do a piece on the inside. So let's grab some white cardstock. And we're gonna cut a piece for the inside and we'll do some stamping for that. Pulling my chair a little closer, sorry, I had to get up. And on the inside, I'm going to just cut a piece that is 5 1/4 by 4. Thanks, Terry. Hopefully this me showing you a little bit of these techniques will help alleviate that worrisome of trying to do some of this, the gilded leafing especially. I was a little intimidated, so I watched a few videos, some other demonstrators using it, as well as I think there was a video as Stampin' Up! Had. Maybe I'm misquoting, but once I kind of watched others use it, I was less worried about using it myself. So hopefully this will help you with that. All right, quickly, let's do some stamping. We're going to come in again with those two colors, and we're going to stamp a little peekaboo on the inside of the card, and then we can move on to card number 3. So again, we got Rococo Rose down here in the corner, and some Mary Merlot to line that one floral piece. I'll just turn this so I can see what I'm doing. Like so. And there you go. Simple. Just a little added, you know, I don't want to say dimension, but just a little ink on the inside of your card, besides just writing your greeting to someone, adds just a little extra touch to tie the whole card together. I come in and I will use my seal for the inside of the card so I don't have some, that's not the card I need. All right. And be good to go. There is card number 1. So exciting. There you go. Very pretty. All right, so we have that. Set that aside right now. And card number 2. Card number 2 is right here. And I did not write measurements down, so we'll have some fun remeasuring some stuff. And the layering circles, I did not tell you I was using those. I am using those as well, as soon as I find them. And if I don't find them, we are going, oh, there they are. I put them right where they were supposed to be. So we are going to use layering circles. Let's find the right one. So it looks like we are the 4th one from the largest, with the plain circle, and then we're going to do the outline that fits that one. So you just find that one and then the outline. Okay, so those are the ones we're using, and I need some Flirty Flamingo. We have all this stuff in our little bag of tricks. So this actually will line the outside of my card, so I'll keep that out, and that will cut out the stitched or the scalloped circle, so we'll keep that. We need some white scrap. I love having my scraps handy. It's so awesome. So awesome. All right, so we have some white scraps, and we may even have a circle that will fit already pre-cut. No. This one? No. I'm only going to check one more time. That's the one. So we already have a circle cut. That's the benefit of having extra supplies for a class, because you already have it all set. Oh, and I need another piece of white for that, and we have this, so we're good there. Okay, so now we can do some, the card base is Night of Navy, and I do have that already pre-cut, and right over here, so there's my navy base. So the Flirty Flamingo piece that layers that top of the card base is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm just going to come in, I'm not going to score this, and I'm just going to show you how easy it is. When you have the measurement of 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, you can just fold that piece in half and you have your card base. We're going to hope that it's the right size. Yes. So there's our card base. The next layer is our Flirty Flamingo, and we want to trim that down if it's not already that size. Let's just see. It is at 4 inches and it is 5 1/4. So we're already at the size we need. It's nice to have these layers all set. If you, I'm not going to adhere this because we're going to use some ribbon. It's that awesome, it's the 3rd roll of ribbon that is in that playing with patterns trio of ribbon. So that is the 3rd one that we're using. So we don't need this circle. I can set that aside. We do need this circle, and we need to cut out that image there for the tag. So we have that and that. We'll set these aside, and then we'll cut our designer series paper. Not very often that I go from start to finish with you guys with creating. So it's kind of cool that you guys are able to see every step and not have things already pre-cut for you. Takes a little longer to get through the video, but it's so much worth it if people are not familiar. I think I tried to say that earlier and got sidetracked. All right, so we have our circle, our scalloped circle that's going in there with Flirty Flamingo. And I know that shakes the camera, my apologies. So we have that, set that scrap aside and put your circle back where it goes. And then come in with your piece of white cardstock, and you can go in through this way. Oh, hi Lori. You got the kids, the grandkids today. That's fun. That's a nice Valentine's present, right? Hi Mary, hi Elaine. Hi Sharon. I just dropped my die. And I'm gonna, oh, I see it. Let me pick that up before I forget where it landed. I love that I have a chair on wheels, but it sure makes a lot of noise when you're doing your video when you have to get up. All right, so we have that. I probably should have stamped first, but we're good. We are so good. Okay, so that goes with that. All right, so let's do our stamping. We're gonna do some heat embossing on this one, and that is where that, everybody close your eyes. I gotta fix something. It's driving me crazy. Okay, we're back. Sorry. I had to fix this paper. It was all buckled up here and I didn't want to create a mess for myself. Okay. All right. We are going to do that gilded leafing using your heat tool and the heat and stick powder. And I want to make this very clear. When you start seeing the heat and stick powder turning, move your heat tool away from it and just get the rest of it, because the minute it melts is where you want to stop. You don't want to continue. So you definitely have to keep an eye on it, because at some point the heat and stick powder will become not sticky anymore. It will just dry out, and then your gilded leafing won't stick to it. So it's a very, definitely have to keep your eye on it when you're doing that. So let's get some stamping. We need our Versamark. So we need that. And I need this stamp here. We're going to use this stamp here, and I'm going to mostly just try and get the floral pieces or the floral images, flowers, and not the stem. I know that is so loud during a video, and I apologize. The crinkling of paper. All right, so we're going to place that on here. And the first thing I want to do, I know that I need to cut my designer series paper, but let's get our stamping out of the way. I want Flirty Flamingo. And again, we're going to, I got to clean that stamp because that's going to get stamped in Versamark. And I don't want to transfer ink to my Versamark because it will ruin my Versamark. So let's clean that. Make sure that all the ink is off there, like so. Now, Flirty Flamingo, let's stamp these flowers, and we'll do this part first. Let me grab my heat tool so we have it, and I'm going to stand up and grab a piece of computer paper. Plug in my heat tool. Very important when you're using your heat tool to be certain to have it in a safe place when you are done with it, because it gets very hot, and the last thing you want to do in your craft room is create something terrible. You don't want anything to catch on fire. You work with a bunch of paper and flammable stuff. You don't want to ruin what you got going on. I'm going to place this here. I'm going to grab my circle, and I'm going to stamp just the floral images. So it's okay that you stamp off. You got Flirty Flamingo. I just want to get those floral images right there. Again, use your piercing mat if your stamps are not seasoned. And seasoned means you've used them plenty of times, so they've gotten all that stuff from manufacturing, that extra kind of filmy stuff on there. You can also stamp them in Versamark and then use them, and that will help alleviate that too. All right, so now I'm using Versamark. And I'm going to come into each of these flowers and just tap some Versamark on there. And, you know, you want to hit it where it might line up with that. Another thing you can do, if you don't have the Gilded Leafing, you can always do heat embossing with gold embossing powder. That's also another way you can do this. But I wanted to obviously use these products. All right, now, heat and stick powder. I'm going to come in, add some of that on there. You don't have to go crazy. It stinks. It does not smell this. It obviously has a scent to it because it's glue. So it really does have a nasty smell to it. I don't like the smell of it. So be careful when you're using it. I'm going to dump that back in there. And get rid of that because it had excess on it. And we're all done there. Now, because I don't have a lot of paper to work with, I'm going to grab a clothespin, and actually I'm going to use one of the Stampin' Up! Little clothespins. And ironically, it is the color of Mossy Meadow from way back when Mossy Meadow was an in color. And I'm going to come in with my heat tool, and hopefully you'll see once it starts to switch to a clear stickiness, it doesn't take long. It takes about 10 seconds. And you're done. Not even 10 seconds, maybe. You want it to be sticky. I'm going to set this on the floor away from my papers because my papers are cluttering my work area. And we're all set there. So you're good there. Grab your Gilded Leafing. Highly recommend putting your Gilded Leafing in a container and just toss that in there. It's so buttery soft. I just love the feeling of it. It's so soft. Grab your paintbrush or whatever it is you're using to adhere that on. And you're going to see how awesome this is going to turn out. Isn't that gorgeous? And I've seen some demonstrators heat set it afterwards. I'm not doing that. I don't know if it's necessary, but I'm not doing it. It sticks to where the glue is. That's all I need. So there you go. So super simple. Gonna clear my mess up there. All right, now let's cut our designer series paper. We'll move these blocks out of the way. I'm gonna pull that back in. And I know I need strips that are 1 inch by 4 inches. This is the card we're making. If I can get my fingers on it. There's the card. So I need 1 inch by 4 inch. I need that designer series paper. And it looks like I have a strip of this, so I can cut a piece from that. And I need that beautiful blue paper, which is this one, but I don't want to cut into that because I already have one already cut. So that piece, let's grab our ruler. This piece is, obviously it's not 4 inches, I lied. It's 3 3/4 by 3. So 3 3/4 by 3, 1 inch by 3 3/4, and 1 inch by 3 3/4. So we're gonna go ahead and cut those down. So we have all our pieces. So we know it needs to be 3 inches, right? That's what I said. Measure again. 3 inches in width. And I want a floral piece, so for some reason that looks wider, but it's not. So I want to keep a lot of the floral image here, so let's go to 3 3/4 down here. So we have that piece. The next piece we need is going to be 1 inch by 3 3/4 of that pretty variegated color on the back side of the one that has like the plaster and the pool party looking one. All right, so I'm going to cut this at 1 inch and then at I think I want some of those deeper colors, 3 3/4. So you have your designer series paper. We need our ribbon, so let's grab some ribbon. And I need enough so that I can create a bow. This is way more than what I need. And to tuck it under that piece that is going to go on the card front. So we literally have to build this layer before we adhere it. So grab your Tombow. Definitely recommend Tombow for this so that you have the flexibility of moving it if you need to, if it's not lined up right. And make sure my flowers are going in the right direction. There. So you should have about 1/8 of an inch border. And again, you can move that as you need to with Tombow. I'm starting to really have a decent relationship with this. Yes, the blue floral print that on this designer series paper is gorgeous. I love the deep blue on it with the night of navy. Love it. These colors work so well together. It's nice when you have product that has a lot of different colors, because then you definitely have something in your stash that you're going to find that you can use with it. And these just get flush against the next one. And if you've placed your very first one in the spot that kind of shows the same kind of border around it, then you shouldn't have any issues with this being where it needs to be when you put the other two on there, if that makes sense. So looks like I might be a smidge off, but no biggie. It's so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? So there's that. Now I want to come in and first tie a bow because I know I'm going to need a bow. So let's go ahead and tie your bow on one end of your ribbon. This ribbon is kind of stiff, so it's really hard to wrap it around and then tie a bow using the entire piece of ribbon because of the stiffness of this ribbon. It's not real flexible. So this is how I chose to do my bow on my little wraparound, okay? So I'm going to trim that at an angle and trim this end at an angle. And I have my bow and I can set that aside. I might need to tweak that a little bit. On the back side of this, I want my ribbon to go around the center of my card. So I'm just going to feed that around and wrap it like so. And you can reposition it if you need to and just trim that. So I probably had about 18 inches of ribbon, way more than I really needed, but it's okay. Now you can grab your card front and you can go ahead and place that on the front of your card. Make sure that is adhered. And I just did this with seal. And just make sure it's going in the right direction so you're not doing your project upside down. I've done that before. I was so angry. But you know how you fix that? Just cut the top of it off and place it on another piece of cardstock for your card base. No biggie. Even that's fixable. All right, our tag somewhere. We need to do some stamping of our tag. We have our bow. We're getting there, you guys. So that I stamped in Night of Navy, and I know I have that out. So I need Best Wishes. Oh. Thank you everyone for being here today. I know it's a special day for everybody, being Valentine's Day. I appreciate you being here. So I'm just going to stamp that in the center of my tag. You can do this before you cut or after. It's whatever your preference is. And now we can finish putting our card together. So these two get adhered together. I'm going to use some Tombow on that. You may have some flakes of leafing on the back. Just, you can brush those off with your paintbrush or whatever you're going to use. One of the sponges works great with doing that. And then just adhere these together like so. These are going to get dimensionals. So what I'm going to do is where I want to place it, I'm just going to add 4 dimensionals around the ribbon so that I'm not having to worry about the ribbon. Sometimes that creates added bulk and I don't really want that. So that's going to go right there. And then this gets dimensionals, and you may need the mini dimensionals. but I'm just going to cut a piece of this to line on the back of that. And, that was perfect. That doesn't often happen. That goes there, like so. And then come in with your bow and some glue dots. The bow actually adheres really well with glue dots. So take your pick tool. I'm going to add a couple of glue dots on this piece so that I have kind of extra reinforcement. Try not to get your finger on like I just did. And then that is going to go right there. Now, I should have centered it right there, but it's no big deal. And if you need to trim the ends of your bow, you can totally do that. The last thing I need are these beautiful little dots, and I want the tiniest one. So let's see if we have some of those in here still. I just want a hint of a tiny speck of gold. And if your goop, I call it goop, if your stuff on the end gets a little out of control, you can just pull that right off and kind of mold it and stuff to where you want it. So there is card number 2. Moving right along. The next one is a little more intense, and if I don't, it's a little more intense. So if you can't watch the whole video while I'm creating it, then you can certainly come back and watch the replay. You'll get the gist of what I'm doing though, just by when I get started. So there's card number 2. Card number 3. One of these techniques that I've been dying to try is the braided card. Okay, I belonged to club way back when. One of my team leaders, Jen Rios-Rayner, I used to belong to her club, and that's why I ended up signing up as a demonstrator, because I ended up buying so much product that it was necessary for me to get the discount. So, excuse me, I actually missed the club date where they did these braided cards. So I found a template. I need to ask the demonstrator where I found the template if I can share it with all of you. I'm sure she will not object. It has her watermark on it. No big deal. It's actually Brandy Cox, brandyscards.com, I think is where you can find her. But in her video, she shared the template, and I will be able to hopefully share that with all of you. If not, you can go to her YouTube, her blog, whatever, and you can find it there by searching Braided Card Template. So just so you know, but I am going to try and reach out to her and see if I can share it right here on my group for you guys to have readily available. So what I want to share with you, the template that I have was from Jen Rios-Rayner and class, and actually it may not have been from her. The lady I used to work with also gave me a template way back when, and I found it in my desk drawer at work. So this actually might be that template. But either way, I'm going to share with you how to do the braided card, and you need this template. You probably could figure out how to do it without a template, but it's much easier when you have a template. I want to make sure that I cut this all down the line here, like close to that black line. That should be a straight line there. And I want to keep myself a little bit of leeway down here because I am going to fold that over onto my card front, and we're going to do some cutting. And hopefully, I had a little struggle because this is my first time doing this technique. There was a little bit of, there's a learning curve, so I'm still learning. So hopefully I'll be able to share this with you without a hitch. So I was fortunate enough that club that I belonged to several years ago, that when I missed club, somebody made the cards for me. I believe that was my upline, Lisa. And she sent them to me, or gave them to me the next time I had seen her. And she saved me all kinds of stuff. So I got the card and I could see what it looked like and all that fun stuff. Okay, so we have, so I appreciate her for that. This is a card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You definitely want to make sure you have that edge varnished and creased really well. I'm going to come in and I'm going to adhere this, and you want to make sure it's like 1/4 of an inch from the top. And I'm going to fold that over. You want that black line to line up with the edge of your card. You can use paper clips, or you can use clips that you might have. Again, this is where I had kind of a struggle. So I'm hoping that I don't have the same issue. We'll see. Hopefully I'll have this lined up perfect and there'll be no problems. Okay, so you have that lined up with the edge and folded over both sides. That is where the card folds. You're going to come in with your scissors, your paper snips, and along all of these lines, don't go further than the end of the line you want to cut. Like, you don't want to cut that corner off. So you just want to follow those lines. Has anyone ever seen this technique before? Have you done it yourself? It really looks very complicated, but it's super easy. I think that's why I held off doing it myself, because I was so intimidated by it. I'm like, that looks so complicated, and it's so not. Okay, so you've done all your cutting. You can remove this, and obviously this is garbage now. That's why you have to have a template. Garbage. You don't need that anymore. That can just go in the trash. So when you open it, you have all these little pieces. Obviously, you've done that little cut and all of that. So the trick is, you want to take this bottom piece, fold it over, and you're going to trim that off, okay? And hopefully I've got it cut where I need to, where it's going to line up perfect when I use it in another spot. So when you cut that off, do not discard it. Don't get rid of it. I got adhesive on those, so I need to grab a different pair of scissors. That was really dumb of me this morning. That's okay. So come in and trim those. And if it gets a little wonky, you can go in and kind of fix that. So just you can kind of trim it a little bit better. It's hard, it's an awkward angle, but you definitely want to have it trimmed so it's not like really unattractive on your card, okay? Save this, do not get rid of it. You will be mad if you do. So then, and there's no adhering of this, you are just going to bend these pieces and fold them over, one right after the other, right? No. You skip one. No? I can't remember. I think you skip one? No. See, I already forgot because I'm not watching the video. Yes, you skip one. So the smaller ones you fold over. I don't think that's right. So you skip. Okay, let me start over. It's the ones with the longer, so I already messed it up. Those ones fold over. Now we're good. So you're going to skip one and then start folding. So the ones with the longer edge cut is what you're going to fold over. Hopefully I have that cleared up a little bit. And again, like I said, I'm just learning this process. So hopefully you guys have good luck with it if you try it yourself. You definitely need that template. And I'm folding these way too far down. And I don't want to ruin what I got going on. Okay, so that's what you do. And then that will fold just like that. I've got some tears in there. So be careful when you're folding your paper. You don't want to tear it. And you want to line up those sections with the section below, like where the seam is, okay? This piece here, you want to put some Tombow on. And just on the ends, because you're going to come in and you're going to close your card. And you have the space here. You want to line that up, and hopefully you have enough there to line that up, and it's going to go flush to the top of your card, okay? Like so. So now you have, except that side. Are you guys like laughing hysterically at me? It's okay if you are. This is how we learn. So there you go, okay? So you have that as your card base, that whole braided look, which looks a whole lot better on this card because I took my time with it. Okay, so now we can go ahead and build on that. I do have stuff pre-cut on this for this card. That's as far as I got yesterday. So we have some layers that we're going to work on and a little technique that I'm going to share with you. But I'll put the whole card together with the exception of those words. When I get to those words, I'll show you how I did it because it is a little time consuming. Okay, so your Flirty Flamingo piece is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. The Mary Merlot is 3 1/8 by 5 1/8. You have a piece of Mary Merlot that you're going to use for your adhesive sheet to get these words. You have your designer series paper, which I chose this one, and that is 3 by 5, okay? And of course I pre-cut the tag to stamp congratulations, and of course we're going to use the ribbon that coordinates, that is part of that suite, okay? And probably about 8 inches will suffice for the part that you need. So I'm just going to cut a piece off at about 8 inches and set that aside. All right, so we can go ahead and layer all of these, and then I want to show you how to do that. You may need to, when you're done, gently kind of come in and reinforce those creases. Otherwise your card won't stay shut. Like so. A little bit better, okay? Now, go ahead and do this building of your... Hi, Carolyn. I've not done a braided card. Need a template. Yeah, I will actually reach out to Brandy and make sure I can share it here, or else I will share the link with you guys, because she probably would be grateful if I did that as well. So, and then you can kind of follow her on YouTube as well, because she is like got, I think, 70,000 subscribers to her channel. She's very impressive. She actually has sold $3 million worth of product. She's amazing. I love to watch her. She's got an amazing personality. So she's just another demonstrator that I get inspiration from. So, and this was one of those projects. So maybe just sharing the link to where that template is, and then you can subscribe to her channel as well. That would be awesome. So, all right, we do have a piece of Mary Merlot that is going to go right here. I did that so that this actually showed up better. It didn't show up really well on the designer series paper. So I cut a piece of Mary Merlot that is actually 3 inches by, I think it's supposed to be 2.5. There's a little extra on there, but it doesn't make a difference. So 3 by 2.5 for that piece right here. Okay. So let's grab our card front and let's grab our ribbon. We can go ahead. Oh, I already cut a piece of ribbon. I'm such a knucklehead. And tie that around the base of those 3 layers. So you've got all those layers going on. You want to do a flat knot off to the right. I'm not a pro at a flat knot. I'm going to do the best that I can. Usually what you do is create that first knot. However your ribbon wants to lay in your hand is how you want to do the remainder of your knot. And you're going to pull this through. You're going to tack that down and hold the rest of your ribbon and create that flat knot. This one came out much better than the one on here. Yay. So there you go. And trim this, but I would recommend trimming it after you're completely done, because obviously you can see it frays. So hold off doing that until you're completely done with your card. This can now go on the base of your card because you're all set with that. So you can grab your Tombow or your tear and tape, your seal, and adhere that to your card front. Make sure your ribbon is where you want it, because you don't want that moving and being crooked. And that can go right on the base of your card with about 1/8 of an inch border. Okay, perfect, simple. Okay, now we want to stamp congratulations, and I'm going to stamp that on the Flirty Flamingo in Mary Merlot. So grab your congratulations stamp. You can even do I'm thinking of you or whatever stamp you want to put in there. It's strictly your preference on what you want to use there. And that gets stamped in the center of your banner. And we can adhere that to the front here with dimensionals. So you can grab your mini dimensionals, and I actually am going to cut a strip of those because that's what I have here. Looks like I need to stock up on my adhesives. And that just goes there. And now we're going to show you that technique with the, oh, and actually I can adhere this up here. I didn't want to take up all of the pretty patterned paper, so it was really a struggle for me, but I really wanted to do this technique, so I did what I did. So there's that. You still got a peek of those pretty flowers. And now I'm going to grab this and my adhesive sheets, and you are going to be amazed. The concept of adhesive sheets is to make your paper into a sticker. And I want to make sure I have enough here, so I don't want to mess myself up. I'm going to use a full sheet, and we're going to cut it down to size. So yeah, like I said, it's to make your adhesive, your cardstock, a sticker so that it's easier to tack on, especially if it's like fine words or something. I mean, you could use, obviously I'm going to show you what you're going to use to adhere that on, but that's the concept. So you have 3 strips on here that are 2 inches. On the back side of that is where the adhesive is. Now, if I remember this correctly, I'm going to come in just as you would anything else, and I'm going to put my cardstock in here. I'm going to peel this up, and I'm going to layer this on here. Okay, and lay that down. What I need to remember is which way I want to put this into my machine. So we know that when I cut this off, this is normally where you would put your die because it's not sticky, and then cut your words out and they would be a sticker, okay? That's not what I want to do because I want to use that awesome, so I'm going to do it the reverse. I want to use that gold leafing or gilded leafing as part of the front of this. And why did I choose Mary Merlot for the base or the cardstock that I'm using? My only reasoning was if any of the cardstock showed through on the words, it would be a coordinating color. It doesn't really make a difference because it doesn't end up showing. So how I'm placing this on, remember, I want my words to be sticky on the top. So I'm adhering this, or I'm putting this, sandwiching this in, running this through, and you're not going to harm your die at all by running it through with the adhesive being on there. I guarantee it. You're not going to. You're not going to ruin that. So set this aside. We're all set with our stamp, cut, and emboss machine, our mini one, and you're going to peel this off. These are not stickers. As I said, the sticker part of it is going to be on the front. So you can grab your Rolly tool to help you get this out, or take your pick tool and just pop those out. Pop your words out wherever you need to. Those little tiny holes. Lift that up. You want to make sure that backing, in a sense, doesn't come off. And again, this will peel right out of there. Just be gentle. You don't want to rip your words, and you're going to want to be gentle through this whole process because you don't want to ruin them. Because if you ruin them, then you're kind of stuck. All right, so I'm not going to worry about the dot on the J because I'm going to use a gold glimmer enamel dot. So I'm going to come in with my leafing, and this can be a little tedious, so be patient with yourself. You're going to peel that backing off. Now remember, it's on the front, the sticky part is on the front of your word. And remember, these come in sheets of 2 inches, so you may have spots where you have to peel off a few pieces, like so. Now you're going to go ahead face down and get that gold leafing on. And yes, you have to clean all that off, which is not difficult. Be patient. This stuff just brings so much beauty to your projects. Grab, now again, these are words and very delicate, so don't rip it when you're trying to clean off that excess, okay? And this might be a little time consuming to get through, so hopefully you guys have that time to spend with me. And after we get these words done, we can just adhere them to the card front, and we have our third project complete after we get our gems on there. So our added bling. Definitely you can come in and rub your nail around, or take your pick tool around areas that may be a little bit hard to get that extra gold leafing off, or gilded leafing. Like in here, there's a hole. Just come in with your take your pick tool and kind of work that on around there. And like here, you can even come in with, put it on your desk a little bit. I don't want to waste all this gold foil that's on here. So we'll touch that up afterwards, but we're going to do the rest of these real quick. So, but that's the gist. You're just going to keep doing that. So you do the reverse technique with your adhesive sheets to get the stickiness on the front of your words. Like so. Just kind of rub that off. Get most of that off, and then we'll work it out on the table. I just might have gold everywhere all over my room. But it's so pretty. It just gives it a beautiful added texture, because the foil, you know, obviously it's like, I don't know, it's not like straight up foil. It's I don't know, it's just adds texture. And then I'm going to show you one other thing. You can see all that gold flying. Be careful you're not like breathing it in. Just grab your paintbrush and get some of that off. Then we'll get the rest off. Certainly don't want to waste it, but there's a ton here. This stuff goes far. Oops, probably don't want to leave that in there. So it's not sticking to my, well, it's in there now. Not sticking to future projects. Let's put that aside. Oh, that stuff's so sticky. All right. Get it in there. Get some of that off. I think we have all our words done. All right, let's try and clean these off. I'm just going to set this aside. All right, now you can just come in. It's easier on a flat surface to get that leafing off there so that you're not tearing anything. It just leaves a mess everywhere. And yes, sponge, like I said, a sponge works great. When I watched Sarah Douglas and her mom, Shelley Gardner, do a presentation during On Stage, which is a convention kind of thing that we can attend as demonstrators, which was it was on virtual this past year. They did a presentation using this product suite, and I was like, oh my gosh, right there is a piece that didn't pop out. So definitely make sure and I'll come in and get that clean too, but for the sake of time, we're gonna keep going and just kind of clean these off. I'll make a point in cleaning my craft room floor later to get all this gold off the floor. So I'm so excited that I get to create more projects with this and share with you in another video, especially like a one sheet wonder with that one sheet that coordinates with the acetate. That will be fun. I'm sure there's some tips and tricks to that too, so that you don't see the adhesive whenever you use window sheets, in a sense, or acetate sheets. You don't want to see the adhesive through. Again, be careful. You don't want to rip your words. Yes, blender brushes probably work really great with this. I do not have a spare that doesn't have ink on them, but yeah, that probably is amazing just for that purpose. And actually, I think I saw Celine do that with hers. So yeah, great tip, Bonnie. Thank you. I don't remember that, Terry. I think I was so mesmerized by what they were creating with this stuff, I probably completely blocked remembering that out. Hi, Marva. So yeah, it's crazy. This would create a huge mess, that's for sure, if you spill it. I mean, I'm probably going to be wearing it from now until eternity because of what I'm doing right now. But it's okay. So I want to thank all of you for being here and sharing my videos. And I've had a lot of new people join our group here, and I'm so excited. So thank you for reaching out to people who like to craft, because I absolutely love sharing my creativity with others and knowing that I'm inspiring some to, try things that maybe they not necessarily would try otherwise. So thank you. Thank you for helping me branch out to more people. So continue to share and like, and if you're on my YouTube or Pinterest or anything like that, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I look forward to the day where I can do some lives from YouTube as well and reach even more people, because not everybody is on Facebook. So it definitely helps me reach more people and share my creativity. So that's a mess. Let me grab something real quick and then we'll finish this card. I'm just going to lift some of this up with a wet wipe. Not probably the best approach, but at least it will give me a little bit of breathing room there. Okay. Excuse me. I am going to just grab this piece of paper so I have a excuse me, surface I can work on with that's not all wet. All right. So with the rest of this, sorry, I have a tickle. I'm going to come in and get some of that mess off there. Now, since this is no longer a sticker, I want to add some adhesive. You may want to rub the back of that and get that gold foil off of there, or that stuff off of there. And I'm just honestly going to come in and add a few drops here and there of my Tombow. You don't need to get crazy because you don't want it oozing all over your foil that you just put on there. You just want enough where it's going to adhere to the front of your card. So like so. Then you can just go ahead, just want, like on the back of here, there's some foil left that I probably should brush off with my paintbrush or whatever tool you're using. Just want sticky fingers, is not what I want, to say you can also like use a sponge and your Tombow to get your Tombow on the back of this. You can use a fine tip glue pen, whatever your preference. Just want to say, I'm going to let that dry. I'll come in and I'll get some of those other pieces off of there. I'm going to angle these and we are going to be done with this card. I will put a piece, excuse me, I will put a piece of, obviously I have glue on my fingers, of white on the inside of that. That will measure, what is it, 3 and, I think it's a 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 for the inside of this card as well. But that is that technique and that gilded on the word itself. So I am so excited about that. That turned out so amazing. And I believe they have a design in the catalog that uses that same technique. So that's pretty awesome. So again, these are my projects for today. I hope that you enjoyed them. Let me just reverse my camera. Let's see if I can flip you around here so I can just say a few words to you. Thank you. So yay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing Valentine's Day and an amazing week ahead. And I will be, hi Laura, I will be, excuse me, sharing additional projects using this suite in the days to come. Thank you very much. Thank you, Gail. Thanks, Melissa. You guys are so kind. So I look forward to sharing more inspiration with you throughout the week. And yeah, that's it. Okay, go enjoy your day. See you all again soon. Many blessings to you and happy stamping.